Welcome back to another episode of Consciously Clueless. I'm your host, Carly, and I'll be your guide on this journey from consciousness to cluelessness and back around again. Thanks for joining me for a Sunday solo episode. Whether it's Sunday night and you're gearing up for your week, Monday morning and you're on your way to work, or whatever day this podcast has found you, I'm really glad you're here. This podcast is sponsored by TerraSeed. TerraSeed is on a mission to disrupt the vitamin industry, empower vegans, and reduce plastic waste in the world. They put everything plant-based people struggle to get in an all-inclusive, vegan, compostable package multivitamin that replenishes them and our planet every single day. Seriously, y'all, win, win, win. Even if you're not vegan, this vitamin will help you get those key nutrients that you need. I am so excited to share a discount code for your first purchase. Use code CARLY50 at checkout to get 50% off. Again, that's CARLY50 for 50% off your first purchase at terraseed.com. Don't forget this code so they know I sent you. Hello. I cannot believe I'm recording the last solo episode of 2021. It feels like I just recorded the last episode of 2020, and the fact that here we are a year later is wild. So if you are new here, thanks for joining. If you've been listening for a while, thanks for joining. I'm really excited you're here. I want to talk today, since it's the end of the year, it's when everybody starts to really go hard on thinking of New Year's resolutions, and I'm going to do this, that, and this in the new year, and it's going to be great, and then going to accomplish all these things, and I love that. I love that energy. I love the new beginnings, the thought of how can I be intentional moving forward in this new year. I love all of that. But, and there's always a but, right? Sometimes I think that energy or that kind of pressure, maybe we should say pressure, to be starting January 1st as this whole new person is a lot. And when we feel that, I mean, you can see advertisements for it, or you can see people talking about it. Heck, I've talked about it in terms of transformation coaching as people start to think of the new year, if they want to work on goals. I've advertised working with me on those things. It is not that that's bad. It's not that it's not the right time or you shouldn't try new things as the new year rolls around. But I just want to talk about a simple way to start that process now. And this idea has been kind of ruminating in my head for a while. I feel like it completely downloaded while I was teaching yoga a couple weeks ago, that we are always looking for that quick fix, right? I've talked about that on the podcast before. We are looking for the quick fix, the thing that is the silver bullet to our issues, whether it's mental or physical or whatever it is. We want the thing that'll solve it all. And as we know, there is no such thing. But I do think that there is a mindset shift that you can do right now while you're listening to this episode. You can start that shift right now and actually make huge changes. We think when we're making changes or when we are trying to grow or move forward with something, we think that the first step is a physical thing. We sign up for a class. We quit our job. We work with a health coach. Whatever it is, it's like a physical, like I have to do something. But what if we thought of the first step a little differently? What if it was all about changing your mindset? And there's probably 5,000 bazillion, which is probably a pretty accurate number at this point, podcasts about mindset. But there's a reason. There's a reason it's important to talk about, because the stories we're telling ourselves, the things we believe or don't believe, is where everything we do starts, whether you're conscious of it or not. That is this whole idea of manifesting that I've been learning and teaching about, that has become so helpful for me. It's that we are creating our own reality every single moment of every single day. So you either choose to be a part of it, jump on board, and get into a little bit more of the driver's seat, or you let it happen to you in a way that maybe isn't always helpful. So I want to talk about this mindset shift. So think of something you are working on currently, or maybe you have started to think of, what goals am I going to accomplish in 2022? What things am I going to manifest? What are my intentions in this new year to level up and be the next best version of myself? Think of those things now. Maybe it's one big thing. Maybe it's a bunch of little things. Maybe you haven't gotten that far yet. That's okay too. Take some time now. Maybe you need to pause this podcast and do some journaling, or just think for a few seconds. What am I looking to accomplish? So get something in your mind. It can be anything. It is unique to you. And once you're thinking about that, we are going to shift our mind as if it has already happened. Now, that might sound crazy, but I want you to close your eyes and get so clear on this thing. I want you to get so crystal clear on this change that you are trying to make, this intention you are setting, this thing you are working on. I want you to think about it and get so clear on it that it feels like it has happened. It is accomplished. You can allow yourself to smile. Think of how good it's going to feel to accomplish this thing, to make this goal, to see through this intention. I want you to feel it so much in your body that it is there. It is there. Even if you haven't done a single thing yet to move towards this goal in a way that people might often talk about, like we said, the physical things on taking action. You still need to take intentional action with this goal. Don't get me wrong. But I want to start having the first step of making change in our minds. I want to talk about that more. I want us to start with, okay, we always get that I'll start tomorrow. Okay, I have this thing, I'll start tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. I'll do it on Monday. I'll do it when I have more money. I'll do it when I feel better. I'll do it blah, 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 blah. We give all these things, all these reasons that we haven't started yet, all these reasons we're going to wait or whatever else. You don't have to wait. You can sit here right now listening to this episode and shift your mindset. And just that gets the trajectory rolling. It is showing the universe look, I haven't even physically done anything yet, but I am creating this. I am seeing it through. It is so real to me. I basically feel like it is done. I have done it. I have accomplished it. It feels so good. Feel how good that feels. Gas yourself up. Talk yourself up. Don't be afraid to really go for it. If you have a friend who is into kind of this idea of creating our own reality and mindset and all of that, get together and talk to each other about your goals as if they have happened. Feel how good it feels to share and to brag about something. And that might feel a little silly, I know, but it can do wonders for your mind and for your mindset. Let's say I am trying to reach a certain level of downloads for the podcast. I might write in my journal tonight before going to bed. I was thrilled today to log in to my podcast hosting website and see that I finally reached my goal of getting 1 million downloads. It feels so good. It makes me so happy. I feel fulfilled. I feel like I'm reaching people. I feel like I'm fulfilling the thing I should be doing. I was so happy to see that number on my screen. And now I can't wait to keep going and exceed that goal. Write as if it's already happened. Write as if you know exactly how it went down. Give detail if that's helpful for you. But either way, I want you to shift your mindset. That is step one. It is not signing up. It is not doing this or that. It is right here, right now, shifting your mindset and saying, this thing is not only doable, but I've already done it. I've already done it. I know how this goes and I can do it. I want you to really sink into that. If it's something you're not familiar with, if this isn't a really normal practice for you, take your time. At first, it might feel like you kind of are faking it till you make it, but write in that journal or talk to that friend or sit for 5 minutes in silence and try to imagine, wow, it feels so good. I got a rush of energy when I saw those download numbers. It was so exciting. I can't wait to tell my best friend that I reached my goal. She's going to be so happy for me. Like, really go through the scenario. That is the first step in making change. That is it. Shifting our mindset, and then see what inspired action takes place next. But I think you should start with whatever you are working to accomplish right here, right now, because you can do it and it'll make a huge difference. I hope that that's helpful as you start to set goals and intentions and think about what you are working on as 2022 approaches, because you absolutely deserve to do that work. You absolutely can do these things that are sitting on your mind and in your heart. They're there for a reason. So shift your mindset right now, start the change, and see what comes after. See you in 2022. Thanks for listening to another episode of Consciously Clueless. If you enjoyed this episode, hit subscribe wherever you're listening. If that's somewhere like Apple Podcasts, leave a review and you could be read on air as the review of the week. Looking for more podcast content, yoga videos, meditations, and all-around amazing community? Head over to patreon.com/consciouslycarly and check out what's going on. And finally, if you are ready to make changes in your life but don't really know where to begin, let's work together. Head over to consciouslycarly.com and we can start the process and get you happy. Until next time.